Hello, Civil Squad, and welcome back to the old microphone podcast channel. Over here, I do these quick little updates like this about cases and whatnot. I've been trying to keep those in the podcast channel, and then over on the main channel, we do our deeper dives and stuff like that, right? And so today, very quick update, Shanda Vander Ark. Now, July 25th was a major day in true crime for us, right? We were streaming Lori Daybell. We originally were going to have Stephen Stern's, trial starting. Then, this was going on. So much was going on, right? I tuned in very quickly before Lori Daybell's sentencing hearing started and saw Shanda just sitting there making notes. Hair done in her little thing that she does, making notes, judge talking, just going off. I mean, it wasn't going off and being dramatic. So I wanted to come over here and talk about that for a minute. So Shanda Vander Ark, if you're unfamiliar with that case, I'll do a quick little recap. So Shanda Vander Ark, she was sentenced to life in prison without parole, plus she got another 50 to 100 years in prison. Now these were on charges of murder and first-degree child abuse and the death of her son, Timothy Ferguson. Now Timothy, he was only like 15 years old at the time. At the time of his death, he weighed 69 pounds. Y'all. She did horrible things to him, and she also enlisted the help of her other son, Paul Ferguson, who as well is in a massive prison sentence over this, right? So they both went to trial. It was bizarre. It was crazy. Well, fast forward, Shanda has requested a new trial. Now she's claiming mental incompetency of this, right? And trying to say like, hey, I had some issues going on, she's trying to see if she can get, out of her sentence, basically, right? We see this all the time. Now, one of the big things that was cited at her new trial hearing is her attorney was basically like, look, she couldn't participate in her defense, right? She had this and I think the quote was a significant downturn in mental health. And so he was like, normally we should have postponed the trial and whatnot, but no, the trial kept going on and she was not able to be here and work in her own defense. So, hey, guess what? It's not happening. This isn't fair. She gets a new trial. Now, the judge, he's not having it. And I'm going to give a couple of quotes here of what he had to say. So he said that she knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to be present and that she may have understandably been distressed because of the circumstances facing trial, but that's not the same thing as being mentally incompetent to stand trial. Now he also said this, and I'm going to quote him again, the court is not held slave to someone being upset. A lot of these panic attacks seem to occur in moments where there could be some critical or really prejudicial info that's coming in. Now if you watch this trial and whatnot, one of the big things was, she, and I don't know if she really threw up on the stand. I wasn't there, but when they showed a picture of her son, she was like, bleh. She essentially threw her other son under the bus, right? This woman has zero accountability for her own actions, okay? So these are the kind of things that she would do. When something was really terrible or really bad, she was trying to take the standpoint, in my opinion, of this was like a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Almost like, what? That's what he looked like? Yeah, girl, it's what he looked like. You're on the phone with your son telling him to do that. Your son testified against you. I mean, come on, right? It's like, this is, again, like a no-brainer. But she's another one. No, she's going to take that stand. She's going to try and talk her way out of this. Now, she had, she wasn't, I'm not going to say she was a smart person, right? Clearly severe issues. So, but not smart enough, okay? And also with a twist of evil. So, and I guess maybe more so than smart is capable would be a good word for it. So for her to be like, oh, I was, incompetent, this, that, and the other. If you watch the trial, you already know, honey, she's sitting there, she's making notes, she's doing this, she's coming up with arguments, she's taking the stand, she's doing this, she's constructing a narrative from what she hears. Very manipulative is maybe the word that I'm looking for. And so I'm sure, and even the judge said, and I'm going to quote this here, quote the article here by Court TV, the judge said he watched a recording of the trial so he could observe the defendant's demeanor. The judge said she appeared calm and collected and involved in her defense, even when son Paul was testifying. It wasn't until she faced tough questions from the prosecutor who showed a picture of her son before his death that her demeanor changed, the judge said. Vander Ark became sick and vomited upon being shown a picture of Timothy before he died, and the judge ordered a break that lasted 2 2 hours. These are the dramatics we're talking about. Now, in this, she did get a little bit of a win, and the judge, while he did deny this, motion for a new trial without prejudice, he was like, you know what? There are some legitimate concerns over here about ineffective counsel, and so he has scheduled another hearing for that. So he's going to listen to those things, and they're going to go over that and whatnot, and they're going to see how that comes out. Now, in particular, one thing that this article cites is, and I'm going to quote it, it says, Vander Ark's lawyer said his client never consented to arguments for a lesser offense of manslaughter. Now, we don't have a date for that yet, so we'll just kind of stand by in here. So, yeah. I mean, again, my non-professional, non-credential opinion, do I think she's going to get a new trial? I mean, obviously on feelings level, I hope not, right? She doesn't ever need to step foot outside. This is an evil human being. This is a dark and twisted evil human being, right? Do I think she could get it? I mean, I don't know. If the judge is like, well, hey, let's hear these arguments, it's not looking good, right? In that way. Now, again, I'm all for dotting T's or dotting I's, crossing T's, you know what I'm saying? However, it's very painful when we watch these cases that we follow and the evidence speaks for itself, but because of a technicality or this or that or the perpetrator gets another trial and gets to just dredge all this stuff up again. Imagine the shock and horror if she got out after the absolute psychological manipulation and torture that she put her son to until it killed him. Right? I mean, come on. So anyways, that's it. I just want to do a quick video over here. We might do like a little rewatch because I would love to see the actual hearing, but so much was going on, I didn't have time to do it. So we might do like a rewatch of it or something like that. I'll let y'all know, okay? But until we do that, if you could go down in the comment section, drop some little sofas off, maybe drop some little microphones off, okay? Something like that. We'll get a new little theme over here for the podcast channel. But either way, if you could do that while you're down in the comment section, I greatly appreciate it. Until we do all that in the comment section around the mic, I'll see y'all soon.